Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. It is literacy this morning, and I think really you know exactly what we're going to be doing today, don't you? I'm not even sure you really need a video. I'm confident you guys could actually tell mum and dad at home exactly what we're doing today because we've been working through this unit the whole of the last 2 weeks. So hopefully you're on the path now, you know exactly what we're doing, but I'll run you through it anyway, just in case. So we have obviously been thinking all about persuasive language. I won't even spend any time going into these 7 features because I know that you know them. We have been working, haven't we, on our persuasive leaflet, thinking about the Great Exhibition. And so far, we have done a lot of writing. We've done our introduction and talked about the building. We have written about the attractions. That's what are the inventions you can see there. And yesterday, we also wrote about the facilities. So just in case you've sort of missed any of that off. And I know actually we didn't on our video yesterday do a section about the facilities. So just in case you wanted to see what we did in class, here's one that the people in helped me to write. Would you like to taste new and exciting flavors from all over the world? For the first time, you can eat the extraordinary Italian ice cream on British soil. Why not try the delicious fizzy lemonade drink, which will be available for sale? With our fabulous new flushing toilets, you will never need to empty your bucket ever again. Simply do your business and then pull the chain and your waste will vanish before your eyes. I wonder if you can pause the video here and try to spot at least one of our aforest features there. So pause the video, see if you can spot any aforest features that those people at school yesterday used in this paragraph. Okay, I would say the one that really stands out for me there are two really good rhetorical questions. We've got, would you like to taste new and exciting flavors from all over the world? I mean, that's a good rhetorical question because I think most people's answer to that would be, yes, please. And we've also got there, why not try the delicious fizzy lemonade drink, which will be available for sale? And by having that rhetorical question there, it's just kind of, it's as though the answer is obvious, isn't it? Why not try? Well, actually, why not try? There's no good reason not to. So hopefully you had a little paragraph similar to that yesterday where we were talking about facilities. Now, today we are going to be focusing then on our final two boxes, our final two bits, and that is really, I would say this bit is a lot of information. On any good information leaflet, any good advertising leaflet like this, you kind of have all the persuasive stuff, you say how brilliant it is, and you really kind of sell it to them, and your readers, hopefully by this point, are nodding along going, tell me how I can buy tickets, this sounds amazing. Because you've been writing so persuasively, by now they're just going to want to say, right, this is great, tell me how I can book, tell me how much it's going to be, and let me buy my ticket. So these final couple of bits really is exactly that. It's just kind of giving them the final little nudge and giving them all the information they need on buying tickets. So we're going to have one section on kind of prices, times, when it's open and so on. And then finally, that last box, if I'm being completely honest, it's pretty much just going to have that address. It's not going to have too much on more than that. We might sort of say maybe it's nearest train station or something like that. But really that last box, when we kind of present this neatly and we do it all really nicely on Friday, I'm going to have some sort of cut out and stick bits and pieces. So there'll be, for example, a map that you can cut out and stick onto that bit. So that'll be mainly just a picture of a map, or you could draw a map as well. Okay, so our last main box then that might actually have some proper writing in is this one here, prices and times. So this needs to tell people, when is the exhibition open? That's really important. We also need to say how much it is and maybe the times it's open, things like that. Just that really kind of key information. So let's have a go at that together now. Now, I think actually there's one of these features that certainly in my videos, I don't know if you've been using this at home, but one feature that I've been probably a bit light on, I haven't really used as much of as the others, and that is emotive language. And I think today is the ideal opportunity to use some emotive language. And the language that I want people to feel, I think, is a kind of jealousy. I want people to really desire going to the Great Exhibition. I want people to be so desperate and so excited to go that they just are absolutely, completely won over already, and that they really are desperate to buy a ticket. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to make the launch sound really, really exciting and glamorous and like a real VIP experience. So that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to talk about that grand opening on the 1st of May. I think it's the 1st of May, isn't it? Yeah, 1st of May, 1851. So I'm going to start with a nice fronted adverbial. From the 1st of May, 1851. Oh, oops. I've got my starting point there. From the 1st of May, 1851, good fronted adverbial. The Great Exhibition will open its doors to Britain's leading gentlemen and ladies. The grand opening will be held at 9 AM with Queen Victoria herself there to cut the ribbon and declare the exhibition officially open. Okay, so I've got some good stuff in here. I've got a nice fact that actually that's the day it's open, the 1st of May, 1851. I've also got that I think it's quite a powerful pull, the fact that Queen Victoria herself will be there on the opening day to kind of open it all up. Now, I'm sure by this point, anyone that was really, really keen to buy a ticket, maybe if you were particularly wealthy in the Victorian times, would have really wanted to be there on that day. And so we can put the prices, remember we found out these were actually really expensive prices, the cost for these opening few weeks. We can say tickets, £3 for gentlemen, £2 for ladies, and we can kind of make this up. Maybe we can say £1 for children. I don't know if that's true, but that looks like that might follow, doesn't it? Now, for these bits, it's completely okay just to put this in little, it's almost like a kind of bullet point list, isn't it? I'm not doing a full sentence there. I'm not saying gentlemen had to pay £3 for tickets. It can just be a simple list like that. What I would like to do, though, is also have another sentence or two to say after that, so following on from that, and then talk about how much it was after that. So I'm going to have another similar front adverbial from, I'm just going to remind myself of the date, the 28th of May. 28th of May, 1851, the Crystal Palace will open its doors to ordinary Britons wanting to sample this glamorous, glittering museum. And then we can say, again, tickets then. Oops, I don't know if I screwed this in. I believe tickets at this point were £1 a head. A head means per person. Oh, I can't see this, sorry, I'm going to need to trade up a head. There we go. Okay, so something like this, I think, will just give us most of the information we need. I'm going to put, I think, on the next page, our kind of map and contact details. I think I'll put the opening times on there. You could incorporate it into this. Maybe you could say the opening times. I have to say, I don't know those exactly, but let's say it's maybe 9 AM to 5 PM. That sounds about right, doesn't it? For the contact section, I'm not going to go through this all now, but really, I'd say the key things we definitely want the address here because it's going to help people find it. I did look up actually which London train stations were around in 1851. So obviously a lot of the big London train stations and tube stations and things were built since then. But one of them was built in, or was around in 1851. This is going to require some knowledge of London train stations. Maybe mum and dad will know this. Which London train station do you think is nearest to Hyde Park that might have a bit of a link to our topic? It's the one that if you travel from the south of the UK into London, it's normally the train station you hit first. It's Victoria Station. And of course, that's named after Queen Victoria, isn't it? And that, funnily enough, would have been the nearest train station in 1851 to Hyde Park. So we can say, maybe you could put in a nice sentence there saying, you know, visitors traveling by train should get off at Victoria Station, where it is a 5-minute carriage ride away, something similar to that. That might be a nice little extra piece of information you could include. Okay, now very briefly, I'm just going to say after you've done that, after you've done those two things, and feel free to pause the video here and do that if you'd like to. after you have done those two things, we are also today going to make sure we have proofread our work. So I think we've got enough time to do that, as well. So we've done lots of proofreading already. Hopefully we know what this is. This is where, if we were in school, we go through with our purple pen and we just double check that everything is as good as we can make it right now. And proofreading, we have these kind of two terms. Proofreading, I would say, is getting rid of what I call small errors. And then we're going to do some editing tomorrow where we're going to actually aim to sort of improve larger sections or really think about the kind of that sort of editorial stage. We're going to try to think not just about, maybe the odd missing capital letter or whatever, but how we can really improve this and make it the best it can be. For now, though, a quick bit of proofreading. So I'd like to read through your work from start to finish. That's all the work you've done over the last 3 days. And I want you to firstly check each sentence makes sense on its own. So, for example, if we were reading out this one, the Great Exhibit is a wonderful new museum full of amazing invention. There's a couple of letters missing here, isn't there? We want the Great Exhibition and we want inventions. It wouldn't be much of a museum if it's just one invention, would it? It needs to be pretty amazing. I'd also like you to read through your work and check for any missing punctuation. I wonder if you can spot what's missing from this one. The Koh-i-Noor diamond was a gift from India. What's missing in there? I've capitalized Koh-i-Noor diamonds because that's a specific thing. I'm also missing here, aren't I? A capital I for India. It's a proper noun because it's the name of a specific place. It's a country. So we need a capital letter for India. And finally, have a little look through it and see if there's any spellings which don't look right. You're at a computer, aren't you, or a phone or an iPad or something. So if you need to, you can always Google a spelling. If you're not quite sure, you can type it in and find it out. Lemonade is a delicious new fizzy drink. And in this case, for my example here, is lemonade and delicious. That's not spelled right. So if I was able to spot those, notice those didn't quite look right, now would obviously be a good time to maybe Google those and just double check them and make sure I've got that as good as it can possibly be. So hopefully then, by the end of today's video and today's session for literacy, you will have completed your persuasive leaflet. Now, we're not quite done with it because tomorrow we're going to go through it and do a bit of editing. We're just going to sort of see if there's any sections we can tweak and improve, but you're pretty much there. And I hope you're feeling really proud of it because this is something we spent a lot of time working towards. Did all of our learning on those aforest features. We looked at some persuasive writing and now you've done one of your own. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you've created. So keep hold of it for today. We'll do some editing tomorrow. And then from Friday, maybe Monday as well. I don't know how long it's going to take. On Friday and maybe Monday, we are going to, we call it in school, publish it, which means to make it look really good. So that's when we're going to put it on an actual leaflet and make it look fantastic. Okay, well done, everybody. I will see you back shortly for maths.